you may ask yourself, where that come from? I mean, I'm not saying here that I'm giving you an explanation, even though machine learning has this idea that it should be inspired by the brain. There is no way to know for sure. You don't have a way for sure to explain how does model work. But one way to see it is somehow very simple. Imagine the situation that we as a species, the whole species, the whole lives in the planet, they came as biology teachers. They came from the same point. So as evolution went on, according to the Darwin theory, it was able to change between species. So it seems that at some point, we and the dog, we have the same beginning at some point of this evolution tree. We as in primate, gorilla, and so on, we are closer. Then you are closer from a dog, for a cat, but still share some kind of DNA, some kind of appearance. For example, the surgery for the heart that we do in human was developed in dog. So the test, the surgery, most of the initial simulation, initial studies for make heart surgery, they did on dog. Most of the medication, so on, they're tested in rats. So they test in monkeys, gorilla, and so on. They make trial to human. So that's because you have a lot in common. That's similar in your brain. In our brain, have a similar mechanism. For example, the amygdala is a very small part of your brain. It's very primitive in your brain. So since it's a very primitive, the same fear that the cat has, if you go to a cat and you never saw the cat before, the cat will be scared and then you go and run away, even though you want to help it. Yes, you want to help the dog, you want to help the cat still going to run away because it has an instinct to survive. We also have the instinct to survive. It's called the amygdala. It's called the fight or flight response. It's more or less the same kind of mechanism. In the case of a human, we are able to retrain our brain, not to take serious. For example, you are in the army, you may want to train your brain not to be afraid on certain situation that human will be normally afraid. So, so may think that the transfer learning, it happened in our brain the same way. Somehow the biology, because part of our brain is wired. Wired means that it's not. I'm not sure about the number, but most of our brain is not teachable. It's like they call the brain is one in layer. The name deep learning has more to do with that because our brain is done in layers. The lower layers of your brain, if you take the image of your brain, you have the outer part, which is called cortex, which is a very flexible and learning part. But then you have the inner layers. These inner layers, they are rigid. They are rigid, such as you have the part that responds for the walking, part responsible for breathing, part responsible for heartbeat, and so on. All of this is somehow wired. However, we still have in our part, the cortex, that's able to learn. The same part can teach the inner part if you make the proper training, such as you're supposed to control your fear because you need to be in a certain situation, such as in the army. Or you need to make sure that you're not panic because you are maybe helping people, so you're supposed not to panic. So you can teach your brain not to be afraid. That's a way to see transfer learning. So you have the part of your brain that is most of the part of it that is wired, is frozen. Then you have the outer part that is able to learn. So that I'm not claiming that the explanation for deep learning, but that's how you can see it. For example, we can share between humans similar fears, for example, fear of fire. You can have a response to beat. Every human responds almost equally to music beat. So that's a kind of way to see transfer learning. It can be seen as a kind of revolution. But please keep in mind that's not. I'm not saying that deep learning, as it is what I teach here, is explanation for the brain. Neuroscience and machine learning, they became two different matter, two different disciplines, because even though artificial neural network is inspired by the brain, it does not always follow the brain, such as support a vector machine has nothing to do with it's a learning machine, but has nothing to do with machine. In the case of deep learning, even though you can compare with how deep your brain is, the layers of your brain, is still not very worried about that. But the idea is more or less the same. You have a frozen part of your model, which is borrowed from another model. Then you use outer part, which can call the cortex, if you want to make an analogy, that is able to learn.